So you're welcome aboard, sir.
Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. See you later.
We'll be on our way very shortly, and as soon as we are, I'll start a commentary on various things which you can see up and down the river.
Our helmsman is Dale Brown today. Chief engineer is Jim Wingham, and our second engineer we have Paul Croucher, and we have Daryl Bush, who is our training engineer today. So welcome to Daryl. Your bosun today is Darren Ball, and on the bow we have Derek, Daniel, Jerry Hawes and Paul Woolley, who will all be up there on the front of the ship at the bow, and on the stern we have Bob Bush. Now down in the galley we've got our lovely Maureen, who will be serving refreshments throughout the cruise, so please go down and chat to Maureen and buy your tea and coffee or soft drinks. I am one of your persons today alongside Neil Price. We're very privileged to have Neil on board with us today. He is a wealth of knowledge. If you have some interesting questions that you might like to pose to Neil. We also have assistance from Kaiapoi 1 today, as you can see. She'll be helping us to just negotiate turning around. And on board we have Kat and David Johnson. So again, welcome aboard, and we'll be giving you some commentary along the way. For the children on board today, we have some random questions that we'll be posing to the children. If they are able to find the correct answer, we have a small prize for them. So, just for the children, just listening out to the commentary perhaps, and having a really good look around.
The very early wharves in Kaiapoi were upstream of the present main road bridge, which you would have come over on your way here. That bridge was originally a swing bridge, and the boats could get up past there, and they would stop at the wharves which were in Saidi Key, Interestingly, today Sidey Quay is about 100 metres from the water. The river was diverted when the motorway was put in, and between the river and Sidey Quay now there is a couple of football grounds. Later on, the wharf was developed in its present position, and up to 100 different ships have operated through the port of Kaiapoi over the years. The last commercial ship to operate there was operated in 1966, which, if you think about it, was very close to the same time as the Picton-Wellington ferry started, the roll-on, roll-off ferry. And that's what finally killed the trade for the Kaiapoi Shipping Company, which owned the Tuhoe at the time. The Tuhoe was laid up in Kaiapoi together with several other ships of a similar size. All the other ships were steel ships, and the steel ships were in fact sold one by one. One of them wound up down at Fiordland on deer recovery as a freezer ship with a helicopter platform. Another, the Proto, was sold and was wrecked up near Gore Bay, and the others dribbled away. And interestingly enough, the only ship of all of those ships that's left on the water is the Tuhoe.
Might have a bit of engine problems there. Like a bit of engine trouble. Yeah, sure. Yeah, no worries, man.
motor's got 2 propellers.
Okay.
But the drive shaft and propellers go the same way.
Oh, yeah.
Most of the boats with 2 propellers go opposite way.
Right. They go the same way. What does that cause it to do?
Well, when they come around with the propellers, okay. But when they start turning against the propellers, it makes it harder.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes it takes a bit of effort to get it to sort of connect and pull around.
Oh.
And if they're a bit slow and taking a bend,
Yeah.
it goes too far forward before it turns.
Right. Okay.
We end up in a tree.
Some I think are reverse by the engines, but
Yeah.
long periods.
Yes, the stash key.
Can you remember, what's your name?
Harry?
Harry. All right. Okay, Harry. Well, John. Can you remember about, when I was about 12, there used to be an interlude on TV1 of the Tuhoe going down the cam, going out, and they had music in the background, and I'm trying to find the name of the music. And I've rang up, I think Neil and John Johnson, and they've been trying, John Johnson's been trying to find the name of it, but he hadn't come up with it yet. And I've contacted TV New Zealand, sent them an email for their archives. It goes, da 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 da, with all these strings in the background, and that's the piece of music. And of course I know it in my head, but I've got no idea what it is. So if you know,
That would be how many years ago?
well, I'm 57 and I must have been about 12, 13, 14, 15. It went on for a few years. They used to have it on. When the TV transmission broke down, they put this on.
Yes.
It's a Tuhoe coming down the cam, so it would have been 40, from 40 to 42 years ago. Yeah, someone will remember it.
But she wasn't 42, she wasn't sailing then.
Well, it might have been old footage. They might have had old footage of it.
Might be when she was working.
She was
So
built
she
in
was laid up for about 20
1919
years.
by
Yeah,
Mr.
okay.
We've been going since
And she was built for trade
about
around
35 years
North
now.
Yeah,
And in
Since she
that
started
area,
okay.
there are a
Well,
lot
I'm
of
sure it was
reports.
when I was a kid. They might have had old footage of it, and they had that music, and they went down, and they must have had like a Coast Guard boat in front of it filming it as it went down, and it was really nice, eh? And I thought, I'm doing a DVD for my brother, and I'd like to, yeah.
Where they get that might have been their own music they would have put to it.
Oh, I think it's a fairly well-known piece of music.
Yeah, but they would have,
Oh, it could have been.
They would have put it on the actual tape.
Possibly. Yeah, well, I'm going to ring them tomorrow and see.
Still carry. Where we do have to do repairs, interestingly enough, the timber of choice is good, clean,
I've been on since they started,
ground-treated pines.
Yeah.
and we had a guy, Owen Gilchrist,
Okay.
which was the purser then, and he used to supply the music.
Initially, as I said,
Oh,
she
yeah.
operated around
Yeah.
Northumberland.
We used to play it like
As the
when
years
the guy
went by,
finishes off now,
she
like
traded
Yeah.
more and
Sometimes we
more
put
around other
background
ports
music
of
on.
Oh, yeah.
And
Now this would be like Juan Goodwin or Matavani or something like that, but I just don't know where the heck to find it.
Crowd would be
Yeah.
supplying that on,
Yeah.
on the tape.
during
They must have it. They must have records of it somewhere, or have it stored away in the archives or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The United
Yeah.
States Army. You might say Army. Wouldn't it be the Navy? Well, of course, the American Armed Forces tend to all have ships and aeroplanes and soldiers. And
Marines.
the
and
Army
the
used
Navy.
the Tuhoe
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the area around Papua New Guinea and the Torres Strait and some of the islands in the Pacific in that area. She was used to deliver troops and munitions and supplies, often unloading larger ships at sea and taking the
They
goods
get 7
to
up here, do
some
they?
small river port.
Yes,
They do. They do come up.
She was a pretty
they
lucky ship.
released them.
She was a wee bit
Up
like
river.
the weather, you know.
Okay,
how
so they
say
come
it's
up-
gonna be
main
southerly
bridge,
here,
Yeah.
it's
round
gonna be
toward where the
northwest
old
there,
Willem
and then they
was.
say
Okay.
elsewhere it's
there.
going to be fine.
Right.
Released the
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
the Tuhoe was always elsewhere when there was a bit of action
There's
going
the
on.
cameraman down there, one of them,
There
filming
wasn't
it
a
while the
a
trucks.
couple of attempts to torpedo
Yeah.
her, but she was so shallow draft that the torpedoes went right underneath. 0.5-inch machine gun on the deck up here where the funnel is, but I believe it was never used. Interestingly enough, even though she was owned by the American Army, she was crewed by Kiwis, and she has a couple of letters of commendation for the work that she did while she was over there, and they are down in the hold on the port side on the forward area there, so if you're interested in having a look there. Also on the port side of the hold down aft there is a map of the various areas where she served over the years. This area on our left hand side where these folks are fishing, it was known as the Askeaton picnic ground, and as you can see it's not very suitable for a picnic now. This whole area of land subsided by approximately half a metre in the earthquakes, and in a very full tide this area is completely covered with water. Now folks, you're going to hold up the fish you've caught so we can give you a clap, please? No? Actually, last trip, just down at the mouth of the Kaiapoi River, at the confluence of the two rivers, a gentleman caught a very, very nice salmon. And this young fella, about 9, was holding it up, and it was all he could do to lift it clear of the ground. It was a beauty. So there are salmon being caught. Just off on our port side, the left-hand side just here is the local boat ramp. As you can see, there's quite a few trailers there today, so there'll be a few boats out on the river. These will be mostly fishermen, some water skiers and jet skiers. Unfortunately, the parking area over there now, also at high tide, it becomes a little lake, about 10 centimetres deep. Now going to enter the Waimakariri River, and the name Waimakariri, of course, means that it's a river of cold rushing water. If you've ever had a swim in it, you'll know that that's true. If you look back up the river on your right, or the starboard side, you'll see the Stewart's Gully Sailing Club, one of the two on the lower reaches of the river. And on where this gentleman is giving a wave because he's filming you, on the point here, he's actually doing it for a documentary on the Tuhoe itself.
Big smile! Oh mate, you're famous!
should be aware of.
Down there, sorry.
Seems like somebody over on our starboard side is showing off a fish.
Oh, no, good sound.
Right, if we
Good on
ask
him.
this young gentleman very politely, he might give us his address and we can come round to his place for dinner. Did you catch those, Dave? The little fella? Oh, great job, young man, great job. It's not the one he caught last time, is it?
It's wide here, isn't it? Very wide. I didn't realise it.
Well, here we are on the Waimakariri River. Obviously, it's a Maori name, and freely translated, it means river of cold rushing water. Fortunately, it's not rushing today, but when the snow melts on in the springtime, it definitely rushes, and it's definitely very cold. It's not really the sort of water you'd voluntarily swim in. As you can see ahead of us, there's quite a few sailboats out here on the river today. This is the Waimakariri Sailing Club, a very active sailing club, and any high tide in the weekend, they'll be out here racing. Obviously today there's quite a fleet out. They're very keen on supporting junior sailors here, and they've produced quite a few national champions over the years. Up in front of us and off to the left-hand side is the Brooklands Lagoon. It stretches quite a long way south, right down to Spencer Park. And in the days before 1945, the river used to flow down pretty much where we are at the moment, and then it used to turn right and travel along the Brooklands Lagoon and go out to sea near Spencer Park, some 4 or 5 kilometres to the south of here. And the area at the moment, which is the river mouth, was just sandhills and trees, and there were a few batches in there also. Anyway, just towards the end of Second World War, 1944-45, the village fathers decided that it would be great if the river went straight ahead out here, and they let a contract with a gentleman with a big steam drag line to lower the sandhills and cut a hole through the sandhills so the river could go straight out and relieve some of the flooding problems. Well, he only just got started. They removed a couple of batches and he only just got organised, and the river flooded, a huge flood, and it cut the hole through the sandhills for him. I believe he put in a bill to the local council saying that I've cut this hole through, the river's now changed its course, I want paid. But from what I understand, the city fathers didn't worry about going to the lawyers, they just told him to whistle, and he didn't get paid. I believe he got a little bit of compensation for his steam-powered drag line, which was lost at sea.
over.
Now, someone was asking me earlier about the Stuart's Gully Sailing Club, and I see they've got a few boats on the water now. If you look out on the port side, left-hand side up the river, you can see that white building up there, and they've got a few yachts out there sailing today. A lot of the rowing clubs from Christchurch who lost their facilities at Kerr's Reach have come out this way to train, and there's 2 or 3 rowing clubs have built buildings at the Stuart's Gully Sailing Club for their rowing shells. And also up at Kaiapoi, there's 2 or 3 rowing clubs have also got their gear up there. One of them is the St Margaret's Rowing Club, which I don't know if you saw in the news last night, but their ladies 8 won the secondary schools rowing championship up in the North Island last weekend. Well, here we are coming back into the Kaiapoi River, and if they hold up the same 2 fish, we'll know that they're having us on, but if there's more than 2, we'll know that they've caught some more. I love the name of your boats, well timed, sounds good to me. have been very lucky today. I think this is one of the most pleasant afternoons I've ever spent on the river with the Tuhoe. Lovely, balmy, warm weather and almost no wind. Very, very pleasant. Everybody's been able to stay out on deck and enjoy the scenery and the wildlife and the general atmosphere of the Waimakariri River. Again, I thank you all for patronising us today. We're very, very pleased to have you on board. Okay, thanks again for coming with us, and just bear with us for a few moments while we get the ship tied up.